Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy last Monday of 2021. Holy smokes. And I'm really excited to be here with you guys because I feel so many messages coming through already, and I'm really cozy because I have like a heater behind me. I've been waiting for this moment, you guys. Anyways, I hope you had a very wonderful time with the family if you celebrate the holidays. If not, I just hope that you've been having a really wonderful day. So coming into the last days of the year, there's actually what Ganesh was telling me. So there's we're in this space of shifting. And of course, some of you, and including myself, I said, when are we not shifting, right? But it's not, if we were to take time out as how we see time, that separates this year from another year, we can actually see it as a portal. And seeing it from a space of all the shift that you have been going through, and then this jump forward into another reality that you have been currently manifesting, right? Bringing into this existence, rooting it here, because that's really what happens, you're constantly working through something, whether you're aware of not. And the more that you do this, then you open up a bigger space for I really love calling it portals, because that's how I see them and that's how I experience them, for you to do a deeper and longer jump within yourself. And this is something so fascinating, and of course it's about celebrating you first and foremost, because this year has been this massive this massive year of shifting, and I know from my experience too, and the people that I have been working with, so much growth, so much letting go, and also coming into the sense of gratitude for everything that happened in your life, not just in this year, but leading into this year, which again opens up the portal for the year to come. And again, I don't just want to say as it's the starting of the new year. Of course, we know this, but it's the starting of a deeper way to tune in into yourself, a deeper remembrance. And this is what again my work has shifted into this part of remembrance, going back into you, what it is and feels to be you, from your own perspective, from your own way of being, rather than whatever you hear or have heard around you, right? So as we're going through this, see it as a transition that is taking you into a different part of yourself. Because with the winter solstice, and the full moon, of course, there's many portals that open up for you to take the leap of faith and into different aspects of yourself. And of course, this is all choice. And this is the part where Ganesh is sending all these messages. This is why you see my head cracking so much. And so I was saying that from the moment of the winter solstice, or the solstice in general, and the full moon, there are all these portals that opened up, and roads, right, to take, for you to be do I choose this road, or do I choose that road, or do I choose this road? And it came down to you, what it is in your highest benefit for yourself, for your work, for whatever that you do. And this is the way that you're taking it. So these portals right now are wide open. They are wide open. I've been there. You maybe, and I'm sure some of you that are very sensitive have been feeling these portals, this tendency, or this energy that is pulling you towards something, or maybe a little bit of confusion of I want to go this way, but I feel perhaps a little scared, or maybe not scared is the right word. Maybe it's ooh, I don't know, is it really the road for me to take? Or just being in this space, For me, it's very clear, but I've been doing this work for a really long time. So for others, it might be this part of going into this space, almost the scale of the Libra side, And now the moon is in Libra, you guys. This is really awesome. is the balance, right? It's the balance. So take the opportunity, because today and tomorrow it's also the moon is in Libra. Take the opportunity to balance the things out, especially your emotions. The moon is the emotions, right? And see, it's almost like taking a step back, right? And really look and feeling at these portals. How is it that I am convincing in a way, or I'm making myself ready to take these steps and to pass through this portal? So this is what it is. Like what we call the end of the year, the beginning of new year, is actually like a jump into another portal that will take you deeper to get to know yourself, which is amazing. Yes, so much change is coming. Amazing that you're feeling that. And so where do you want to go? How do you envision this new year? And let's not just say new year, okay? How do you envision this new part of yourself? So if we didn't have any years at all, okay, to separate whatever this is this and this is this, if we didn't have any years at all, okay, say how would you separate and how would you actually set up the intentions for this new version of yourself? So as you're tuning in into the energies of this portal through there, that of course you can. You know, this is why you're watching this video. This is why there's something that resonates with my work and you know, because you feel it. So you can feel it. We all have the ability to do so. It's part of ourselves, you know. It's something within us that is not outside of us. So sitting with these intentions, you know, what Ganesh is telling me, you can lit up a candle, a white candle, and set up the intentions with the fire, you know, show me the road. So show me the way, which one is the best portal for me to take for the highest version of yourself to come through in this new way of being. And so that way you're already setting up the intentions. You're not waiting for something to happen. You're making it happen. This is the thing about life. It's not about just, you know, I'm just going to sit here and wait for things to like magically appear to me. Of course, they will appear magically to you, but you also have to put the work, right? It's not that like one day you're working so hard on yourself and then doing all the shadow work, and the next day you're like fully enlightened. You know, I'm sure it has happened, but most of the time it's just kind of like you have to do the work, you know, and it's work. It just is what it is. It's work. So here it is, you know, like setting up the intentions, filling out the portals, and see how this new life, this new way of being for you can be experienced in the deepest way possible for you to go back into who you are, what you are, as Ganesh says it, you know, as Ganesh says it, like what you are, and like shedding all these things that are not, so you can actually tune in into your own magic. Magic is not something, you know, woo-woo over there. Magic is real. You are magical. You are magical. You are, you know, a gift. You are a miracle. So like going back into remembering that you are the miracle, and through which any other miracles can come through. You know, this is like one of the things that I talked to last Monday, you know, about the portals. If you haven't tuned in into that video, check it out, like how you as a portal, as an energetic portal, actually release and bring things into you. And this is really important when we put it in the context of like you being the portal and then you accessing a new portal, okay? Because as you're taking this jump, this leap of faith into a new portal that is open for you, you're also exchanging information and you're merging into one. So this is why the growth happens, you know. The portal that you are right now has some kind of vibrations. The portal that you're looking at, whichever portal it is, you know, that has been open from the solstice and this full moon, you know, has a different vibration, a higher vibration that is like coming and calling upon you. So then emerges, and from that, it's not that you begin to use just the energy and the vibrations of this new portal you enter, but what happens is that as they merge, they grow, and so they're higher because they have that new consciousness. You have the new consciousness of this portal, this new way of living, if we want to call it that, but it also is merging with your intentions. Intentions are so important, so important. It's merging with your own intentions, and what this does is also elevates both vibrations. So it's so amazing. By the way, this is so magical, you know. Yes, expansion and connection, and at the same time though, it takes your own intentions. This is why intentions are so important. And there's a part, there's one of the weekly wisdom of my podcast, The Rise of the Feminine, that I talk about the intention and why it's very magical and where is the power of it. Because otherwise, you will jump into one and yeah, you will grow, of course, because regardless, if you don't make the choice, it's like life is going to make the choice for you. And okay, that's cool, but it's more powerful when you work with the energies of life, when you work with the energies of your own portal and connect with the other portal that is calling upon you to help you grow, to guide you into different parts of yourself. And this is what it makes it to be more elevated, rather than like, I'm just going to be here and waiting for something to happen and life is going to do it for you. You see what I mean? So like, you might be in the flow, and then you're being taken, rather than actually working like if you were a seaman and working with the water, with the ocean water, as if you were in the boat, and you, whatever it is that you do, row, I don't know, I don't really know much about boats, but this is what I'm being shown right now, that you're just like working with the energies, with the energies of like of the water, of the current, rather than just being like, oh, whatever, take me anywhere that you go. Our ancestors a portal. Well, you're actually the portal of your own ancestors yourself, and it's just that they do help you lead. And like what Ganesh is saying right now is that there are many different ancestors and different portals that we choose throughout life, because different ancestors help us to access different part of ourselves, because we have to work through something, or not just about releasing, but working in the way of elevating. And those particular ancestors actually help us to get to that destination, if we want to call it that, in a gentle way, rather than just a bunch of chaos, So that's a good question. Thank you. But so take this opportunity, and rather than, everybody talks about the new year. Everybody talks about like your new year resolutions, and like maybe like some actually make it happen, and other ones like, it gets into February and just like they forget about it, right? And so like it happens. It does happen. What if you do something for yourself? And again, like forgetting that we actually separate something that we call time, so then we can condense the memories of that space into something that we can say, this happened here, this happened here, this happened here. So what if you didn't have that? And you can actually work with the energies of the planet, the energies of the season, and hop what I call portals or timelines as you're doing this, right? So then there's no this thing about like that you quote unquote messed up in a year, but that actually helped you to get into this new transition and a new portal. So right now, again, there's the transition period where you have the time, definitely have the time if you want to make time for it, which, I really hope you do, because it's your growth, it's your life. But at the same time, what you have is the ability to connect with those energies. They're also calling you. Like this saying that it says like, what you desire is also desiring you. It's the same thing. The portal that you are is desiring some kind of growth. It's desiring something, that of course takes growth, it takes patience, it takes work. So those portals that are open right now, there's more than one really that will help you get there. But there's one that is more concise and is more direct. And so when you connect with those energies and your own intentions, it will just link up. Because again, it's like you are like a radio station, you have your own signal. And when the signal is the strongest, it will completely connect with the other signal of the other portal that is strong too. And be like, there is my signal. And the communication happens, It's kind of like when you're calling somebody on the phone, whether it's on the phone line or like an actual cell phone, there's disconnectors, right? So you call up a number that you know is somebody else's, and when the other person in the other line or the other cell phone answers the phone, it knows that it's you, because you have a particular number, the other person has a particular number. So it's like the same thing, just like vibrations, you know? Your own radio has a particular number, your vibrations. The other one, which you're being calling to this one, you already know, this is like the most fascinating thing, you already know the number of for the other person, for the other vibration and portal that you're calling upon. You've been on the phone, and you actually know them because it's you. And so all you have to do is actually send up the signal from your own intention, you know, and just be like, I'm ready, and let it come, you know. This is the part that we just soften up a little bit and just like, okay, you know, rather than forcing something. But this is like the key thing, you know. You already know this part of you that you're calling upon, and this part of you already knows you. It's just that, like, you gotta put out that intention and link it, so then it actually goes like, you know, and you become one. You become one over and over and over again. This is the thing about portals, you know. Your own signal already recognizes the other signal. But if you don't pick up the phone, how would you call this signal? So you picking up the phone and calling is your intention, and the intention is the one, the ring, you know, when you call somebody, it's like ring, ring. Yeah, it's like, that's what it is, you know. It's like the whole connection from one phone line to the other phone line. That's your intention. Otherwise, that it just doesn't really happen. So here is the moment where you create the biggest change in your life, and really do it, you know, rather than just like, well, I'm just gonna sit here, you know. There's so many people that do that, and I used to do that a lot too, honestly. But once I started to work with the elements and the energies of the earth, and I'm like, dude, there's so much power here that is us. Oh my God, oh my gosh, it's us, you know? It's us. But if we're not really aware of that, if that's just a concept for us, we have to work and make use these little tools until we actually feel it, and then we sense that it's no longer a concept, but as a reality, it's our reality. And from that, you continue to build up into the magic of life. This is why I work with the elements, you guys, because it's us. Like the wind that passes through, the fire, the water, it's all in you, and it's a mirror of you. But if you're not aware of that, how can you work with those elements? How can you invite them in if you have no idea how they actually function or what they mean or represent or how they're talking to you? And so this is why awareness is key. Knowing what really composes your being so you can understand the language of it. And I'm having a group program that's called Elemental Alchemy that we start on February 2nd. We're working with all the elements, you know. Send me a message or just check it in my link if you want to see what that is about. But if that is not for you, you know, the thing is just like connecting with a different part of you that you haven't connected yet. Or like if this is the first time that you heard about the elements, you know, I mean, like, okay, how can you connect with the elements, right? It's just like little things that you can do to go deeper. Normally you need a teacher, just like how I was able to go deeper with my teachers. And see, the key point here is teachers. It wasn't just one teacher, I had multiple teachers for the elements. But the thing is that you can actually access it. And if you don't know about the elements, concentrate honestly in this intention. And that intention that you're bringing upon your life. It doesn't matter if it's the end of the year or like the middle of the year or the beginning of the year. What matters is that it's you calling upon a different part of yourself to continue to grow. What it matters is that you're ready and you're committed, so you just release whatever it is not you to go back into what you are. To really understand that it's the perfect game what you've been playing, to take you to where you are. And now when you're conscious of that game, then it's way easier to set up all those steps to take you into a different, higher vibration. And this is where we're here, you know? This wave of consciousness, this rise of the feminine that is coming into union with the masculine, is about being aware of this game and doing it consciously and from the space of the heart. Not because you want to, like, you know, rule the world, but it's because it's like, if I can do this, everybody else can do it. And this is why I do the work that I do. Because I'm not different than you. Again, just like we are all the elements, I'm also you, you're also me. I'm just a mirror of a different version of yourself, just like you're a mirror of a different version of myself. And so when we see that, it's like, okay, what you're looking at right now is a mirror of yourself, of a different version of yourself that is sending you messages and in letting you know this is available to you as well. This is available to you as well. Because, again, we're not different. Everybody is a mirror of you and it has some kind of medicine that is offering you. And the most powerful medicine is the way that connection builds. The unseen connection, if you want to call it, because it's very seeable, if that's a word. But that is where the deepest communication happens. Then when I'm talking and you hear the words, the spacing between the words, the small, tiny, that is not very tiny at all, space in pauses is the ones that really penetrate your system. So you can actually go back into their remembrance. Go back into seeing this powerful, beautiful game that you came here to play in order for you to elevate. In order for you to break free from the Maya, from the illusion, to go back into what you are, and then lead it. The revolution of consciousness that doesn't come from that space of like, it comes from like, we can do this. We can do this. I can do it. You can do it. We can all do it. And it's all about being in community. Regardless of where you live in the world, regardless if like people, you have met people physically or not, we're all a massive family. And we're all going back into their remembrance that we are a massive family. We're a massive tribu, a tribe. And so when that awakens in your being, which is really has been awakening within a lot of people, within a lot of us, this is why we commit to the work that we do. Because we know how it feels like to be so asleep in the illusion and believing it. And the moment that we step out, it's like, I gotta do this for the rest of my brothers and sisters. Because it's not very fun to be asleep. And you're here because you can do it. Just like we're all doing it. People that do similar work that I do, into guiding others to reach altered my tongue got caught, altered states of consciousness, is because I've gone through that, you know? Because we know that you can do it too. And this is why we're here as guides, you know? We don't do the work for you, we guide you. Because we already did that journey, you know, the hero's journey. It's not that the hero's journey ever stops, in my opinion. You know, it's multiple journeys, over and over and over again. But the very first one is the most impactful one from my experience, and the experience of working with others. Because it's like, whoa. It's like you just took your first deep breath into your new consciousness, you know? And so this is the part where you can access that with the intention of your own portal, your being, into the new portal that you're taking. And if it's easier for you to think about a new portal as a, like 2022, take it that way, you know? For me, it's easier to see it as a new portal into a deeper part of myself that I hadn't explored so much yet. Because I work way better with the energetics like that and feeling it out, you know? But the most important thing, you know, is the access point, which is your intention. Your intention is the access point into a deeper part of yourself, a deeper portal, you know, a new way of living into the new year. That is your access point. and going into like, why are you actually having that intention? Why? You know, not just like the intention as it being like, I want to be enlightened or whatever it is, you know, I want to have money. Why? What's the reason behind all that? There's a deeper intention, there's a deeper meaning of the words that you're putting out, and really going really deep into that so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing. So you can feel it. This is the most important thing. So you can feel it deeper, why you're doing what you're doing. So then the access point is stronger, you know, like the signal of your own radio is actually way stronger. So it cannot get confused with any other portal, but it knows what portal it's connecting to. And then the portal knows it too. It's like, that's the signal. And immediately goes like, and immediately you literally go like this, and you begin to merge with that part of yourself that you have been calling upon, that has been calling upon you. Remember, that which you desire also desires you, just like your own gifts. Your gifts that you have been calling upon is also calling upon you. But we have to make space. You have to make space. Otherwise, you know, your earth, your body, it's too busy. It has too much stuff in it. Then it cannot root into you. You know, that's why release has happened. And then a new way comes into you and you grab it. And again, refer back to the video that I did last Monday of how you can actually release easier and at the same time root things into your own portal, because that's what you are, your own portal. So powerful. You're so powerful. We're so powerful. So powerful that that word itself, honestly, doesn't even cut it. It doesn't even cut it. So going back into that, you got this. You absolutely got it. Even in the moments where like you're hesitant and then you're almost like doubt yourself, those are the moments where you are more powerful and more in tune, because you're growing. You're growing. And it's that thing within you that is like, oh shit, can I make it? Can I make it? Because it's coming out. How many times have you doubted yourself? Well, just as much. Those doubts are going to come up again so you can release them. So know that when those doubts come in, you're not the doubts. You're the pure consciousness behind them that's being released and coming back into full awareness of itself. And let them come. Let them come, let them go, and celebrate. Celebrate that passed through. So you got this. You got this. This is why you're here. Otherwise, why would you be here? You know, to suffer? I definitely don't believe that. We came here, especially in this time of existence where things are like have been a little funky. We came here with a really big purpose. And that is, you know, based on everything that I've been receiving messages and all these things, the revolution of consciousness. To reawaken, you know, the union of your masculine and feminine energies. That is what enlightenment is. And from there comes more, you know, way more. So intention is your access point. Use the words very powerfully. Those words will change your life if you really use them with intention. See, that word intention goes both ways. And you can do this, absolutely, you can do this. And I so believe in you, just like I believe in myself. And in the moments that I didn't know how to believe, I just surrender. We have so much information around us, so much guidance and so much support, that on those moments that are more challenging, those are the moments that are super close to us. And all we have to say is like, please guide me. I surrender, you know? Like this motion, like, yeah, that's a really powerful motion. Not just physically, but also energetically. Because then you're not like this, you're not gripping to the control, right? Control is also part of this like three-dimensional world that people want you to like feel that you're in control. So then the access of another part of consciousness within you cannot come through as easy. So then, you know, the moment that you're like, you let go, is really like the moment that those emotions and those answers come through like this, which they're always coming through like this. But are you paying attention? Or are you so stuck in the way that it's going to be like this, you know? The moment that you do this, the moment that you really set that intention very powerfully with the words, feel the words and say it out loud, those words change your life because it comes from a deeper part of yourself, that consciousness that is coming through, that pure divine consciousness, the consciousness that gives birth to everything in the planet and in the universe. It is the one thing that is coming through you, through your words, through your intentions, because it's guiding you. That's a deeper part of yourself that is guiding you to that portal that I was talking about. So when you do that, it's just like, yes, it's the access points for sure, for sure. So this is it, you guys, this is it. We've been like literally being pushed and pulled and thrown like with this situation that's been happening in the world for a specific reason. And this is the reason, to awaken and reawaken over and over and over again, not to get caught up, you know, and the cycle in the Maya, in the illusion, is to see it and be like, I see you. Wow, perfectly played, you know, even clap to it, perfectly played. I see it now, and now I'm here. And I can make the choices because I know I'm the architect of my own life, because you are. You create your own reality. The moment you break out of the illusion, you create your own reality consciously with intentions, access points. Your intentions are the access points. And from there, nobody can take anything from you unless a little part of you is trying to give it, you know? Nobody. Not fear, no nothing, because you know the fear is not you. You know, it's the pure consciousness that comes through at any time when you're like very present and you receive those messages. You know that's you. Know what you're looking at in the mirror. That's just a tiny little aspect of yourself. But like the bigger you know? And again, this doesn't mean to get lost in the part that you are not this, because we are having a human experience. And we need this amazing body to be here and, you know, to do work and to like move it. You gotta move it, otherwise it gets stuck, and also the energy gets stuck and the information doesn't come through as easily, you know. So that's why working out, yoga, those kinds of things are very powerful for the body, just like meditation is for the mind. So we have to do this, we have to work with this. But then also, we don't have to give in into things that we know it doesn't serve us, things that you know don't serve you, things that you know don't vibe with you, because that's not your vibration any longer. You like have exited that portal and went into a different portal, and you might have communication with other people that are in that portal. That's fine, you know, if you choose to. If you don't, that's cool too. And then you will continue to like go into different portals, and this is how you place your little seeds and you find your tribe. And then this is when you're like, oh, finally, you know, feeling a home, because you've been doing this for a really long time, for lifetimes upon lifetimes. And this is a turning point to believe if you can do it. And I know you can. I know we all can. Because we're live. What else? What else could it be? Like, everything is, if you really believe it. If you believe you can do something, you will do it. If you believe you cannot do something, you will not do it. So that's where the magic lies, you know, the belief. Belief. And this is something very powerful in the Matrix, by the way. You know? And just the whole like series of those movies. When you believe, you get it done, and every single portal opens up for you. And it's almost like you go like, pew, 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 done. Because you believe. But first you have to work through all this Maya, all this illusion, and release all the shit that is not yours for you to go back into that confidence. Into the confidence, knowing like, yeah, this is me. This is how I operate. You like me, you don't, that's cool, you know? But I still see you as a divine being that you are, as a mirror of myself, and at the same time, as a brother and as a sister. Family, unity. This is what this rise of consciousness is about. Unity. You, especially, first and foremost, the most important unity in life is the one that happens within yourself. Because then you can see it around and in the others. If not, then you will not be able to see it. You might have glimpses a little bit if you feel it a little bit. But the moment that you feel that union within yourself, which has always been there, by the way, but again, it's been part of this amazing game of seeing that you were separated and broken and all these things, you know? This is why take it a little gentle and easy when you say like, you know, it's a very amazing planified game. And we gotta take it a little bit gentle, because otherwise it could be a little like, you know? But you got this. Again, the whole thing of this is you got this. And one more time, going into intention is your access point. Intention is your access point for your growth, for everything in this experience. But if you don't believe in that intention, it's not really going to happen. It might manifest a little bit, you know? But when you feel it, like with your entire being, and you have the sensation like, I know, like, don't even know how I know, but I know, that's when the access point is like super directed. Because then you're being guided from your own pure consciousness to the other pure consciousness, and they're just like linking up. Ooh, that was powerful. That was really, really beautiful. And just feel all that energy, you guys, you know, feel that energy that is passing through, because at times it's really mind-blowing. And this is why, like, working with energy humbles me so much, because it's so expensive. It's an ongoing learning experience, you know? There's something new that I learn every single time that I work with somebody, or that I'm just working with myself or my boyfriend, or I'm just like sitting, truly paying attention, like letting go, you know? And this is accessible for you as well. For sure. And I want to invite you that this Sunday, which is the first new moon of 2022, I'm having a prosperity class. It's a 90-minute class. We're doing Kundalini yoga, meditations, pranayama, breath work, you know, kriyas, which is a set of actions. That's what kriyas are. To help you clean your system, your amazing bodies. Because in Kundalini yoga, we say we have 10 bodies rather than just one. To cleanse it. Because prosperity is you. It's not something outside of you. But if you don't feel it within yourself, then it's not as easy to feel it outside, you know? So that's why it's like the search of outside of prosperity. So in this class, this is why it's 90 minutes. We're going deep into all these things. We're going very deep. And of course with teachings, and then going into the actual practice and laying down as we listen to the gong. Because the perfect opportunity, setting up those big intentions on the first new moon of the year, that's very, very powerful. So I invite you to that class if you feel called to that. It's $22 per person. And the space is limited because I just want to keep it like very intimate. Send me a message or check it out in my link, you know, see if that really resonates with you. It's totally cool if it doesn't, you know. It's like the thing that resonates with you does. The ones that don't, so don't push it. But if it does, amazing. I'd love to have you there. And if I don't have you there, you know, just like do something for you. Feel it out. How you can bring this new, or like this is like the jump into the portal, you know, the new moon. Because it's like the new beginning. So like celebrate that you are in this new portal in whichever way that you do, whether you come to the class or not. Because the class will be in Zoom. Celebrate. It's all about celebration of you, remember like what you went through this year. When I wrote down everything that I accomplished this year and what I went through and like, you know, like grief, joy, sadness, all that, I was like, wow, it's been a super amazing year because I see the growth, you know? And I definitely celebrated myself. So celebrate you, and celebrate that you already made it into the portal that you are hoping for, or you were hoping for. Like, feel it, like, I did it, and see how that just like comes to you like this, because it's already you. Amazing, so amazing. Okay, I'm feeling so toasty here with the heater, you guys. It's gonna make winter really nice. Okay, I love you all. If you have any questions, whether it is about the class that is this Sunday or the 4-month group course, Elemental Alchemy, to really learn and work with the elements consciously and have like a super transformational journey, send me a message, you know. Or if you actually just need some kind of guidance in your journey, me and Ganesh are here for you. We do this so from our heart space because we love this work. And I love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you on Thursday for the last live video of this year. Whoa! Celebration. Okay, have a beautiful day.